I am here in studio with Joan Meschino on this beautiful day and talking about some things in the district and having some good laughs talking about great family memories here today. There's always a lot to talk about, isn't there?
Always something good. Family first.
It is funny. I miss both my parents. They've been gone for a long time now, but we still have some great laughs about some of those classic comments that you just never get over. Now, Joan, of course, 3rd Plymouth District, Hull, Hingham, and Cohasset. You've had a lot going on in the past couple of months. One thing I wanted to get to right away, because this is something that we have talked about numerous times, and we're making headway on it, and that's a water transportation study. Tell our listeners what I'm talking about.
So if you all remember, right as we were coming into the pandemic, they tried to eliminate the ferries. And thanks to all of the residents of 3rd Plymouth and beyond, we rallied the troops, and we got in there, and we saved the ferries. And since that time, I've continued to work with my municipalities about doing a water transportation study, and they are actually doing it. I got them a little money, I've been advocating, and they are actually doing it. So a couple of things. You're going to have a few opportunities to weigh in, and it's actually really important that people do, because this is the study that's going to think about what are the investments we need to make, not just for Hingham, Hull, Cohasset, and the surrounding communities like Scituate, and Norwell, and Rockland, and Weymouth. This is about how we invest for the long-term future of water transportation. So there's a survey, and if you go to just Google MBTA water transportation study, it'll come up with a website, and you're going to see a couple of things there. So the first thing is there's going to be a virtual hearing on, I think, I'm not going to say because I can't remember, but there's going to be a virtual hearing. So it'd be great if everybody could just sign up and attend that virtual hearing. They're going to have some pop-ups, in-person events. So on October 23rd, I need everyone to ride the Hingham Ferry and show people that we really need and value this. And then the third thing is a survey. So if you go to that water transportation study website, you're going to have all of the information that's going to be there. And it's going to be, again, fill out that survey before November 1st, attend that virtual hearing on October 8th, and then see if you can't come and ride the ferry on October 23rd and show them how important this is, and weigh in on the front end. And then there'll be lots of opportunities to weigh in on the back end when they come up with their recommendations.
Well, it's interesting. Is this to try to maintain what we have, or try to maintain and add more rides into town?
Maintain and grow.
Okay.
And it's about growing our service. So the things we've heard from people are excited to get to the airport by ferry, and they want to go into the city on the weekends by ferry. So this is a chance to say we really want these things. But then it's also about other growth. So Quincy, for example, we all miss the Quincy service, and they've restored it to some extent, but that would be another important one for us, because the more service from the South Shore, the more reason to buy more boats, more infrastructure, repair piers, things like this. But it's also about how we move around in the city, say from the seaport or to Charlestown. It's also about what else they get surveyed. Salem has wanted it. So like East Boston, all these places. So this is about maintaining, but also about elevating and growing. So yeah, now's the time.
It's interesting. Years ago, I worked in Boston for about 6 months and did take the ferry. And what I noticed, it was always on time.
Reliable.
Even in huge snowstorms, cut right through the ice. The one time it was only slightly delayed was when there was fog and there was another, I guess, boat or ship in the way. And it was quiet and it was calm. And you know what? When that got to be the best part of my day, I knew it was time to leave that job.
Oh, it's a great
but
way.
it was terrific. I can't say enough about it.
A great
I loved
way
it.
to commute. And for those of you who are commuter rail riders, we're working on that too, trying to make the investments we need there. But right now, we need everybody to weigh in on the ferries.
And what about October, as we know, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, something that has, I think this has gotten more powerful every year because so many people have embraced it, not just, small groups of women. This is families, this is men, this is kids. This has become part of our, what we do and what we talk about and who we are. Very important issue.
Well, the whole point is to build awareness. Early diagnosis increases just across the board all of your how you respond to it, who gets access. There's some real socioeconomic, some real economic disparities here, some racial disparities here in terms of access and service. But at the end of the day, the earlier you diagnose, the better everybody's outcomes are. So there was a big event at the Mass Caucus of Women Legislators hosted a big event with the Komen Foundation, and it was providers, advocates, legislators, and the message is clear. Positive breast cancer outcomes are driven by early diagnosis and increasing the equity of access to resources.
And don't you think that some people, because just to go and get a mammogram sometimes is not the most comfortable thing, and I think maybe sometimes people shy away from it and think they don't want to do it. I think it was on Chronicle about some new things that they were working on where it was more like a vest that you could wear that did the same job. Right, the technology.
Really
and I think that may help get people more comfortable with it.
I think they do it differently, and I'm going to just, if you have any hesitations, I'm going to send you to Mannett Community Health Center right in Quincy. They have a brand new service there, a new facility, and I have to say it is incredibly respectful to women. It's more comfortable. The technology is new and enhanced. And so if you have any doubts, please just call Mannett Community Health and head right in there, and talk to your own doctor about these things. Because there's a lot that they can do to make it a better patient experience. And I'm scheduling mine right now, so you have to do it.
I want to put a plug in there for Atrius Imaging in Weymouth, where I go. Also, very nice, very calm, and they never overbook, so you don't feel like you're there with a bunch of people. It's very one-on-one. And I guess these organizations know how important it is. You got to feel comfortable. I get that. House Bill 3529, and I know without even you having to refer, you know what that stands for.
Of course I do. Yes, that's one of my big priorities. It's about decarbonizing how we heat buildings. Renewable energy is actually affordable energy. And at this moment, when we're talking about our climate goals and how we achieve them, but also people are concerned, rightly so, about our bills and affordability. Honestly, as we start to move away from fossil fuel based heating, this bill is going to promote deep retrofits of homes. It's going to promote good building standards for larger buildings. And what we know is that as you're doing these retrofits of these buildings, as you're building these green buildings, they're more efficient, so you just use less, right? So you're just paying for less. They're all electric, and you're starting to, as you move away from some of the fossil fuels, it's just cheaper. And you have to be looking long term. So there's some really good reasons to do these things short term and long term. And so we had a great hearing in front of Telecom, Utility, and Energy, and we'll be advocating to pull some of these pieces of this bill forward. We're very optimistic that the governor's affordability bill will come out sometime soon. So we're hoping it'll come out in the fall. So lots going on around this.
That's absolutely terrific. And something that I know that we've spoken about here, and you're a big advocate of, veteran suicide awareness.
Oh, right. Yes. So for those of you who remember, there's a family in Hingham, the Partikas, and the son did commit suicide during his military service. But the parents, they just were open about it, and they just felt that his service, to honor his service, that they should raise awareness about this. And so they brought this with retired veteran service agent Keith German to us. And so Senator O'Connor and I filed this bill to designate September 22nd as Veteran Suicide Awareness Day in the state. It was engrossed on that day in the House. Now it's gone to the Senate. So for all of you out there, please call your senator and let them know about the bill. And I'll just say the statistics are kind of shocking. 1 in 9 suicide deaths were current or former military personnel in the state of Massachusetts. And to me, that's just shocking. And we can do something about it. The services are all out there. We just need to change the culture. It is okay to ask for help. It is okay to bring these issues forward. And we're just hoping that by elevating this issue statewide, designating this day, we're both honoring our veterans, our service members, and making sure we're connecting them to the right services.
Absolutely, very important.
So, nice win. Yeah.
And State Rep Joan Meschino, if people need to get a hold of you or someone in your office, what do they do?
Oh, just call the office, 617-722-2092. Harrison will answer the phone. We're there to help. And, of course, you can always email us and go to the websites and find your own legislators. If it occurs to you to call us, please call us. We can help you navigate services, access services. We can help. We want to hear from you and what you think about on different policy matters. Don't worry if you don't think we disagree. We still want to hear from you. So be in touch with me. Be in touch with your legislators. Now, before we go, we're saying congratulations to you, Christine.
Oh,
35 years of service. That's pretty impressive, too. And I just want to congratulate you.
Thank you very much.
On your anniversary.
Yeah, October 1st, 1990.
That's amazing.
35 years. Can't
Yeah.
stay away from Ed Perry, you know.
None of us can. We all come.
That's
like
why we're
moths
all
to the
here.
flame. That's
We're all
right.
here at the mothership. But thank you for acknowledging that. I very much appreciate it. It's been a journey and it's been a blast, and I'm still enjoying it. So thank you very much for that plug.
Absolutely.
Very nice. Thank you. Again, that's State Rep Joan Meschino.